Ava Morales was a bright and ambitious college student, with a promising future ahead of her. At 21 years old, she was in her senior year at the University of California, Los Angeles, studying psychology and excelling in her coursework. Her infectious smile and warm personality had made her a beloved figure on campus, with a close-knit circle of friends and admirers. Ava's life took a dramatic turn when she discovered she was pregnant. The father of her unborn child was her boyfriend, Liam Saunders, a charming and outgoing senior who was studying business administration. Liam was a popular figure on campus, known for his charismatic personality and his talent on the soccer field. The couple had met in their freshman year, bonding over their shared love of music and movies. Their relationship had been intense and passionate, with a deep emotional connection that had only grown stronger over time, or so it seemed. As the months went by, Ava and Liam's relationship became increasingly complicated. Liam's possessiveness, jealousy, infidelity, and narcissistic behavior had begun to surface, causing tension and conflict in the relationship. Ava, who had always been an independent and free-spirited individual, found herself feeling trapped and suffocated by Liam's controlling behavior. The university campus, once a place of excitement and discovery, had become a backdrop for Ava's growing unease and fear. As she walked across campus, Ava couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched, that Liam's eyes were always on her, monitoring her every move. It was a feeling that would prove to be ominously prophetic, as Ava's life was about to take a dark and terrifying turn. Ava Morales and Liam Saunders met on a crisp autumn evening during their first year of university. They were both attending a welcome party for freshmen, and Ava was immediately drawn to Liam's charming smile and effortless confidence. As they struck up a conversation, Ava found herself feeling an instant connection to Liam, as if they had known each other for years. As the semester progressed, Ava and Liam's relationship blossomed. They spent countless hours exploring the campus, trying out new restaurants, and studying together. Ava was swept off her feet by Liam's romantic gestures, from surprise picnics to heartfelt love letters. To Ava, Liam seemed like the perfect boyfriend, attentive, supportive, and loving. To outsiders, Ava and Liam's relationship appeared picture perfect. They were the envy of their friends, who marveled at their love for each other. Ava's friends would often comment on how lucky she was to have found someone like Liam, who seemed to adore her. Liam, too, appeared to be besotted with Ava, frequently posting romantic messages and photos of the couple on social media. However, beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect relationship, Liam's darker tendencies were beginning to emerge. Ava started to notice that Liam would often flirt with other girls, making her feel uncomfortable and insecure. At first, Ava brushed off these incidents as harmless, but as time went on, she realized that Liam's behavior was a symptom of a deeper issue: his infidelity. Liam's shabbiness was another aspect of his personality that Ava found increasingly disturbing. He would often leave his dirty laundry scattered around the apartment, expecting Ava to clean up after him. His lack of consideration for Ava's feelings and needs began to erode her confidence and self-esteem. Moreover, Liam's narcissistic tendencies were becoming more apparent. He would often dominate conversations, talking at length about himself and his accomplishments, while barely listening to Ava's thoughts and feelings. Ava started to feel like she was living in Liam's shadow, with her own needs and desires taking a back seat to his ego. Despite these warning signs, Ava was reluctant to acknowledge the truth about Liam's behavior. She had invested so much of herself in the relationship, and the thought of losing him was unbearable. But as the months went by, Ava's doubts and fears continued to grow, ultimately leading her to a devastating realization that she was trapped in a toxic relationship with a man who was capable of destroying her. As Ava and Liam entered their third year of university, Liam's behavior continued to worsen. One fateful night, Ava stumbled upon a disturbing revelation. While studying in the library, she accidentally discovered a text message on Liam's phone from another girl, arranging a secret meeting. Ava's heart sank as she realized the truth: Liam had been cheating on her. The discovery sent Ava's world into a tailspin. She felt betrayed, hurt, and angry, unsure of how to process her emotions. As she confronted Liam about his infidelity, he denied any wrongdoing, blaming Ava for being paranoid and possessive. The argument ended with Liam storming out of the library, leaving Ava feeling shattered and alone. The incident marked the beginning of the end of their relationship. Ava's growing unease and dissatisfaction with Liam's behavior became increasingly difficult to ignore. She started to question whether she had been blind to Liam's true nature all along. As the tension between them continued to escalate, Ava received another life-changing shock. She discovered she was pregnant. The news filled her with a mix of emotions, from excitement and joy to fear and uncertainty. When Ava broke the news to Liam, his reaction was far from what she had expected. Instead of being supportive and excited, Liam was cold and calculating, insisting that Ava get an abortion. He claimed that having a child would ruin his future and that Ava was not ready to be a mother. Ava was horrified by Liam's response. She had always dreamed of being a mother, even though not at this exact point in her life, but the thought of terminating her pregnancy was unbearable. She feared she could die or have medical complications that could prevent her from having children in the future. As she pleaded with Liam to reconsider, he became increasingly aggressive and controlling, making it clear that he would not support Ava's decision to keep the baby. The rift between them grew wider as Ava struggled to come to terms with her pregnancy and Liam's insistence on abortion. Ava knew that she had to make a choice between her loyalty to Liam and her own future. One day, Ava finally gathered the courage to break up with Liam for good. She told him she needed space and time to focus on herself and her unborn child. But what Ava didn't realize about Liam was that he hated it when people said no to him. The fact that she had gone against his wishes and had decided to keep the baby was already irritating him, and now she wants to leave him. Then and there, immediately she told him it was over. He had already decided what his revenge on her would be, but he remained calm and he told her that he understood, but still he wouldn't have anything to do with the baby when he or she was eventually born. Ava was so surprised that he took the news better than she expected, and she told him that everything will be okay with the baby, as she already told her parents that she was pregnant and they were willing to support her through it all. They said their goodbyes and they both moved on with their lives, or so she thought. One fateful evening, Ava was walking home from the library, and out of nowhere Liam ambushed her. He had been waiting for her in the shadows, his eyes blazing with a deadly intensity. Seeing the intensity in his eyes, Ava tried to run away, but Liam caught up to her and stabbed her multiple times. Ava's screams echoed through the deserted campus, but no one was around to hear her cries for help. The brutality of the attack was staggering. Liam had stabbed Ava a total of 17 times, leaving her for dead on the cold, hard pavement. As he stood over her lifeless body, Liam's eyes were filled with a twisted sense of satisfaction, as if he had finally claimed ownership of Ava's soul. He felt a sense of satisfaction that now that she was dead, she would never disrespect nor disobey him again. He left the scene and went to freshen up in his dormitory. Little did he know that his secret was not safe. The following morning, a group of college students on their way to the library found Ava's body and the school authority was notified. Subsequently, the school authority called the police and an investigation began, but it didn't take the police long before they found the murderer. And this is because of the fact that one of the students on campus, a boy named Terrence, went to the police with evidence. He was actually a witness to the whole incident. He said he had always had a huge crush on Ava, and when he saw her in the library that evening he wanted to ask her out since the word on campus was that she and Liam had broken up, but she left when he finally summoned up his courage. He followed her from afar thinking of what to say, when he saw Liam jump at her from nowhere and they started arguing. He wanted to interfere, but Liam was taller and stronger than him, and so he recorded the confrontation, not even knowing that it would lead to Liam stabbing Ava, and when Liam did, he could do nothing but freeze where he was recording the whole thing. With this evidence, the police reported to the school authority and Liam was arrested before evening, as he was taken away in handcuffs. The campus was left in shock and horror, struggling to comprehend the brutality of the crime. Ava's friends and family were devastated, mourning the loss of a bright and beautiful young woman who had been brutally taken from them. Her parents couldn't believe that they had lost both their daughter and their unborn grandchild. Liam Saunders was held without bail at the county jail, awaiting trial. And on the day of his trial, the courtroom was filled with Ava's family and friends who wanted to seek justice for her brutal murder. The prosecution presented a wealth of evidence, including security footage of Liam stalking Ava on campus. Witness testimony from students who saw him arguing with Ava. One of the most damning pieces of evidence was a video recording of Liam's interrogation by police, in which he calmly and matter-of-factly described his actions on the night of the murder, as well as the recorded video of him stabbing Ava to death. Witness testimony also played a crucial role in the trial. Ava's friends and family members took the stand to describe her fears and concerns about Liam's behavior, as well as the devastating impact of her murder on their lives. Liam's defense team, on the other hand, attempted to portray him as a victim of circumstance, claiming that he was driven to madness by Ava's alleged infidelity. However, this narrative was thoroughly debunked by the prosecution, who presented evidence of Liam's own infidelity and controlling behavior. After weeks of testimony and evidence presentation, the jury delivered a guilty verdict, finding Liam Saunders guilty of first-degree murder. Liam was sentenced to 30 years in prison with the possibility of parole, a fate that was met with widespread approval from the courtroom as well as the campus community at large. As he was led away in handcuffs, Liam's face started to show signs of regret as the reality of his actions as well as his fate began to dawn on him. The tragic events that unfolded between Ava Morales and Liam Saunders serve as a heartbreaking reminder of the devastating consequences of staying in a toxic relationship and the dire need for awareness, recognition, and action. What lessons do you think society can learn from this case? Share your thoughts below. If you found this story compelling, please consider sharing it to spread awareness. Like this video, subscribe to uncover more true crime stories where deception and truth collide. Click here to watch another chilling case in our series.